Hello all, Karl here, welcome back to yet another video on the channel. In this time of utter crisis, never fear, because my channel is here bringing you content every 2 days. Today we are going to look back at last summer. Specifically, I went to Italy last summer, which of course I can't really do now because, yeah. But while I was in Italy last year, I went to the Museo Ferrari, or for those of you that are quintessentially British, the Ferrari Museum. And by the end of walking around the museum, I decided to try out their hyper-realistic F1 simulator. Yes, it is based on Assetto Corsa, a very nice driving sim. You get to choose from a range of tracks from the high-speed nature of Monza to cutting through the forests in Belgium at the Spa track. Because it's Italy, it's quite obvious what my track choice is going to be. It's going to be the Italian Grand Prix. I bet a bunch of you thought I was going to say Belgium. Well, you're wrong. I chose Monza, lads. Yeah. I bet you all feel silly now. So, without any further ado, here we are, the Ferrari Museum Simulator. Firstly, apologise for all the background noise. There's not a lot I can do about that. Just bun the Italian public, man, honestly. They're really fucking loud. Like, they're really nice, but also really damn loud. So the main thing with the first couple of laps of this session, of course, there's 7 minutes per session you get when you pay for it. And the main thing for the first couple of laps is getting used to how the car feels. How it feels under braking, how it feels steering around, how it feels going onto the throttle. Because it's so different to anything else that I've had to drive for a simulator before. Purely because of the motion that you get from it. The feeling when you brake going forwards, the seatbelt's holding you back. Which Ferrari don't do up very tightly. I am going to criticise you on that. Don't think this is a sponsored video, guys. For one thing, the steering also feels really, really heavy. It's really precise, and it tracks every movement so well, but it's really heavy. So you get that turn-in, of course, which coming up to Ascari now, bounding over that curb, don't show Tiamat Marduk that corner cut, or that partial bottle. He would love to see that clip. That is absolutely great content. Also, the brake pedal is really stiff, but that's representative of what the brake probably normally feels like, which is hydraulic. So you really have to stamp on the damn thing to get it stopped. But the good thing about this simulator is that they give you a bunch of difficulty settings you can change on the steering wheel. I was using the third most difficult. So there's 4 settings, 4 being like the most difficult, oh my god, I'm going to die. 1 being, I'm just a beginner to this, which is good because the general public needs to use this stuff. So, thank God for those. On the setting that I am using, there is 0 traction control assist, there's no racing line to tell you when to brake or accelerate and whatever, but there is ABS. Probably this year I will use the most difficult, so ABS is then turned off, depending if Italy is actually open by that time for business. The sim also comes with a unique feature, whereby they've cut a hole in the side, so you can see the driver's creps. I've genuinely got nothing for that one, I just think it's a little bit weird, to be honest with you. Anyway, we plough on, as we do, and I think another piece of advice, don't clunk the curbs too hard, especially coming up to this chicane here. It has, like, the massive sausage curb, for stopper, whatever you want to call it. So in this right-hander here, clunk up on 2 wheels, unsettles the car massively. Don't use those, they are absolutely awful. But other than that, we're getting into a good consistent rhythm right now. We're getting most of the apexes absolutely nailed on. We're continuing to get faster and faster as the session goes on, albeit with a minute left. It's going pretty... I'm going to lose my mind. I hate the general public. Tiny blonde child number 1. What are you doing? Actually, I blame your mother for even bringing you in front of shot in the first place. You are small twat. She's massive twat. My bleeding rage aside, we keep bouncing over Ascari. We have a minute left. Hopefully this lap is pretty good. You can see on the bottom right of the screen I'm using, actually, we are going green at the moment. So this is actually coming up to the end of possibly my best lap. Although we won't be able to see that because we're coming up to the end of the session now and it flashes at you like a time bomb. So the screen could explode at any minute, which is just fantastic, really. I go wide into the chicane. I'm scared about the time bomb going off. And before you know it, generally, that is the session gone. And do you know what's most annoying? Is that generally you get your fastest lap as the timer is ending and you don't have enough time to complete the lap. So I come through Lesmo 2, almost up on my time, and that's the end of that. Yeah. Imagine how I felt being absolutely roasted and that does not... Ferrari, what are you doing?
18.
And that was the end of that. Except it wasn't. The long and the short of it is that I bought another session, okay? Let's just get straight into it right now. And here we are, straight into session 2, as promised, on the exit of Parabolic. Why? Just why? Worst bit is, this might well be some random woman's chest. So, ladies and gents, it's been nice knowing y'all, but YouTube is going to now smite my channel off the entire website. So, having used my first 7 minutes to get used to the track and the feel of the car, I think it's time for a fast time now. And there you are, ladies and gents, my fastest lap of the entire day. Right at the beginning of that second set of 7 minutes. It wasn't the best lap in the world. You can see I'm already up on my time, actually, apart from dipping a wheel on the grass. We're not driving a rally car, Carl. I can't tell. I don't know if you noticed, but this is an F1 car, mate. Like, drive better, honestly. But I kept it focused. I didn't overdo it, like I nearly just did there. And it all just worked out for me at the end of the day. So you can see, I am still up on my time. And I thought, genuinely, this was going to be faster. But you see that green delta and you think it's all going to be fine. Just lose the back a bit on that second bit of Ascari. I was about 5 tenths up. I lost all of that in a heartbeat. Like, honestly, that was ridiculous. Thanks, Ascari. Thanks so much. I think that's the main thing. If you do Monza in this simulator ever, for any of you that watch this, be aware that that second chicane and the Ascari are the most difficult corners you'll have to do. These Lesbos here are absolutely fine. I accept I could have taken a bit more speed into them easily. But at the end of the day, those 2 corners are fine. And the first chicane, as long as you don't clobber the curb too much, you're absolutely fine. It's just this Ascari corner right here. Here we come, once again, braking at the 100-meter board over that first part, really big. And then clipping that third curb slightly. Actually, do you know what? That wasn't that bad. We're still up on our time. How could this possibly go wrong? Well, based on what I said earlier, it looks like we're about to find out here. Coming into the parabolic at here. Very wide. Well, not very wide, but wide enough to get the wrong kind of exit. Not carry the speed enough. And we are back in the red. Looking over. Disappoint all over my face. At least at the end of the day, there was an attempt. And you can see here, we're still bounding over Ascari. That first bit was absolutely shocking. Down the straight we go. You can see there's 1 minute 15 at the top there. So if we do another lap, we can't complete it, which is fantastic, as we're actually green on our time now. Oh my goodness. How could this possibly go wrong? The answer is Parabolica once again. I go too wide, don't carry the speed enough. There we are, into the red. And I was just under my time, so it wasn't actually like I wasn't consistent. I was really, really consistent. It was just about not bottling it and actually going faster. Because once you hit a time, you can hit that time as many times as you want, because you know you can do it. It's just when you try and go faster, that's when the mistakes start to creep in. You just need to be patient and take your time. That is my biggest piece of advice from all of this. If I had one massive, massive criticism from this simulator, it's that if you're on your last lap and the timer ends, just let the person complete the lap, because they might be up on their time. And it's just really annoying. You can see that first bit of Ascari was the best I'd taken it all day, and it stopped me just after. Like, why? Just let me finish it. But either way, there it is. We did some good driving. Well done, Carl. Great job. You are almost 19 now. I hope you realise. Nah, this is ridiculous now. Everything is actually trying to get me demonetized off the face of this platform, even though I don't earn any money. What is going on, man? But there you are. That was my Maranello sim racing experience. No idea what the time set was, so I'll put it up on the screen right now. For those of you watching that have done it, which is probably one of you, to be honest, then let me know your times as well. I'd love to hear them. And if you haven't tried it out and you are going to Italy, then do try it out. It is very good fun. I would recommend very much. Thank you all ever so much for watching this video of me trying to do a fast lap around Monza for 10 minutes. If you did enjoy, slap a like on the video, slap subscribe, and slap that notification bell. Therefore, you will not miss any of my future uploads, which is very good fun. I also have social media as well. My Twitter and my Instagram are at KarlsCarsYT. Give them a follow. I post there regularly, and that's also very good fun. Until the next video, whatever it may be, thank you all ever so much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.